Hey Anya, hey, how are you? Hey, it took me a little bit more time to make this thing, the video, maybe because I was scared. I don't know. I don't have hair, so I did my hair. Now listen, um, I wanted to do this presentation with you. Why? Is because I think when I was talking to you on MSN, I saw that you and I were already thinking very much alike, and the things that you were thinking about were also very much alike. And I got so excited that I said we really have to talk together in order to see how much we actually already thinking in the same way. Because um, but the other thing is, we have done so many research already, and for the last 3 years, that with our research and the things that we have done, and by collaborating with you, we can maybe even go faster. So for this, I wanted to explain this to you and have this presentation because I guess you have not so much time. So I thought let's talk about it now, and I try to be under the 5 minutes. Okay, so let's go back to the slides and the things that I wanted to talk about. The three things is based on the complete concept, our collaboration, and also our agreements. Okay, that makes sense. Now, the first thing I think is important to you to understand what it is for me and where it came from. So it came from the the time that you and I both know is when we were traveling at our first congress. When we came to the congress and you were like a beginner and you saw the same people had the same problems, and you started to see, that this is amazing that you can share. The same thing happened with me when I was doing last year the congress, and I talked to you and I talked to many people, and I was really missing that collaboration. But and actually that acknowledges that we really need to have it. I was already working on it, but now experiencing it myself, it was very, for me, very important. So I wanted to create this network, and this network is more than just only the conference itself, but for us, the Latin Life Network consists out of three elements. And the element number one is Latin Life TV. The element number two is the Latin Life uh, Music and Dance Conference. And element number three is the Latin Life Worldwide Meetings. The Latin Life TV, it's an online platform where we talk about the salsa business and the business of salsa. This means we are having invited guests, we have people who are coming there, and I want to have an online network where I talk about these problems and we talk about different things, and maybe you have people or guests who are being interviewed and people can learn from it. Nowadays, a lot of these things are happening, and I think this could be a great asset to start with, and also to build a community. With this, to build a community, I think the Latin Live TV is one of the first things that we want to create. Then later on, we wanted to do the business conference. The conference is the expo. We talked about it, the seminars, the trainings, and the awards. Okay, you also know what that means. So that's the conference itself. Now, what is happening now is the third thing that we wanted to do is to have the Latin Live Worldwide meetings. The Latin Live Worldwide meetings are meetings where we collaborate with other places and events around the world, where we can host smaller business meetings based on proving the support to proving providing support to the local and international business. Okay, so saying this, it means that's actually what you and I are talking about. Um, this local, I mean, worldwide meeting. Um, Doing it in Warsaw is actually a great place to start. I think you'll both understand why. I feel that your Congress is basically very, um, what's it called, teaching and structured, etc. And pretty much also the largest, so it all makes sense. Many of the dancers, etc., are also coming there, the teachers are coming there, so it would work. Now, our idea, as I said, was to start with these three concepts in the following order: is to do it like first the TV, then the business conference, and then the worldwide meetings. But now talking to you, it came down that we are almost starting backwards, and I actually never thought that uh, somebody would be quickly interested as you are right now, because I was afraid that maybe I should do one conference first, and doing this conference, then maybe I could show it to you or anybody else, and then we could do it in different places. So my approach and my collaboration with you would be in order to organize something in terms of the worldwide meetings, and to have this meeting in Warsaw. Now, uh, what does it mean? Um, the worldwide meetings is something what we offer in three concepts. Concept A is, for instance, if the organizer or the location, the Congress wants to organize it, we only do the academy, or we do the academy and the awards, or we do the academy, the awards, and the expo. All three are possible, and you and I already talked about it. That maybe the best way to do it is the academy and the awards also. Um, so these concepts altogether, let's see, um, we try to offer our services and collaborate with this. And what are actually the services that we talk about? The concept that you and I wanted to choose was the academy and the awards. If we would collaborate together, you need to consider this something different than the than what we do at the Congress. But with our experience, we can offer organizing these business events, because we organize in Dubai. I showed you also many of these different business events, and we really believe that organizing a business event like this and these workshops are completely different. They are completely, in another way, uh, different than what you could see as in a congress, or just the dance class. There are projectors, there are microphones, there's those speakers, the interviewer. All these things is different. Now, over the years, we have built up a lot of contacts with speakers and dancers in this business, and I've done some interviews and found some people that I can bring in order to, have good speakers. This is a collaboration between both of us, but yeah, at the end, we have them also. We are willing to manage the logistics of the event. We are managing the trainings and the seminars. You know the difference between the training and the seminars. The trainings is basically where the teachers are learning, and dance teachers are taking dance classes in order to become better teachers. The seminars are the talks, and those talks are just sitting on the table or sitting behind a chair and listening to somebody speak. Now, our concept that we talked about was also going to be managing the awards and the voting process. We talked about it as well. We will do that as also. And I also explained to you how we're going to do it, because it also depends on what we choose. But that's not important right now. I just want to know that this is the things that we're going to do. Then we will also be managing the production, which is the production of the show itself, because we believe that if you do an award, it should not be like a regular um, night where you have those performances, and then in the middle you have like 15 minutes and you start doing these awards, because it kind of loses that feeling. So I would like you to think about it, and if you really think and we can do it also, and to give it a little bit more of a feeling and a direct feeling of real awards, because you know it will only make it more real for the people. And we will also work together with you in creating the schedule. I will show you maybe later how the schedule would look like and what we could do, but you have the experience as well, but we can help you with this. But most important thing is we work together and we collaborate together, so it's not that I'm doing everything alone, but we create this collaboration where we both put our input. You're doing it as well, but we as well. But I believe that you have your team right now running the Congress, but you really need a separate team in order to organize this. Um, and 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 of course you have your own people as well, but we are very we really would like to work with you and work with the meetings and organize it together with you with our experience and everything. Um, Now, if we would work together, our proposal would be could be in three ways. Normally, what we would offer somebody, it would be based on a 50-50 partnership. This means we both organize it together. Or in option two, um, we are responsible and we organize it inside of an event, and then we offer the organizer a fee. I want to order, let's say, in X amount, let's say $1,000, and for this we take the room, we get few rooms, we get some hotels rooms, we get a place where we can open up the booth, and we give you a fee for this, and it's kind of a halfway sponsorship or investment that could work as well. That's one offer that we can do. Or offer number three is that we organize it under the umbrella of the Congress, and we organize it for the Congress, and then it becomes that we work, and then we work for a fee. I hope that makes sense. So these are the three options that we kind of propose, and I think this could be one of the three options that we also can work together with. Then uh, our proposal will definitely more eager go to, as you will also, I feel that you also want to go in that direction, but if you want to change it and you want to do the other another options, it's fine, but I feel that you would like to work with us under a client-based organizing. That means that Warsaw Festival is organizing it, and Latin Alive is supporting it in order to organize this event, the business events, and we will then take over all these elements, the awards and and um, the seminars and the trainings. Okay, um, so that's what I think. Now, uh, there's one thing I wanted to discuss with you, which is very important. Why am I bringing up the name Latin Alive and the branding so much? Because I'm a little bit worried that for the following thing, I would like to, I think it's best for the world, no, for the community and the industry that, no, let's put it the other way. The Let's Alive network, the whole goal of it is that have to connect, to let everybody connect with each other. Now, um, in order to do this, I feel you need to have kind of an independent organization or an independent entity who would need to make sure that that is secure. Now, I'm not saying that we are the only ones who could do it, but we are afraid that um, if we would, if you would organize this event under the name of Warsaw, and it would stay under the Warsaw Salsa Festival Organized Business Academy alone, then what would you get is that some events who would maybe be great places to organize it, but also, uh, as I said, the whole world, actually every country should have their own business meetings, because otherwise it won't work. But you are so big, and sometimes this event might be so big that some of the that if you would organize it only under the name of Warsaw, that people quickly, or organizers quickly, would say, "Oh, I will not organize it anymore because um, Anya already did it, and I don't want to copy." And then, if that would happen, then we would be basically losing the whole attention, or the whole purpose of what I believe in, creating this network. So I hope you understand what I mean. Um, by adding the name, or by working with Latin Alive, or working under this, working with us, we would bring in the name Latin Alive, and we will bring in our independency. This will also benefit in the awards, because we don't have an event, we don't organize, we are really a production company. So once we give somebody an award, this award would be, you know, independent, and it would not be like, oh, okay, he organizes, so they have friends and then they're going to give them an award. etc., etc. So I think this independency is important. That's why I bring this up, and that's why I would like to make sure that the name Latin Alive is incorporated, and that's actually the brand name that we would like to use when we cooperate with anybody else. Let me know what you think about it, but this is basically what it is for. Now, moving forward, I wanted to show you a few things that is, um, it's not written in stone, but it really is important for me to show you this so that you can now also see how far we are and the things that we have done already and that are maybe useful that you haven't thought about. And so what I'm going to show you right now are different ideas and different things. I even already what's it called, designed it in a way so nothing is confirmed, so all the mistakes, please don't pay attention to it, but it just shows you the ideas that we have and that we have come up with, and that maybe, you know, by collaborating with the way we want to work together, things, you know, might go faster now that you have seen that we have a lot of these things already done. So what I'm showing you right now is going to be a it's a letter. um, this is, you can consider this as the the welcome pack you give to somebody who bought the full pass. Okay, so once you bought the full pass, you get this welcome pack. This welcome pack, I will go briefly through everything, but you know, it might. I try to keep it short, but it might be a little bit. I need to explain a few things. Okay, so this is the welcome letter that says welcome everybody, blah blah blah, and you're at the festival. So nothing more, nothing less. Um, then the second page that we will go into, I'll blow it up a little bit more, then you can see it more. Okay, would for instance be, let's say, the location. Then about the attendee, where he has to register. If you come up a few days earlier, where do you have to register? The schedule, where can you find the schedule? Okay, ambassadors. Who are ambassadors? The teacher who are walking around, who are giving classes over there, they are actually ambassadors. So they are the ones that people can go to and ask questions and etc. Remember that that could be, I mean, like in any congress, but now we call them ambassadors, and people know that they can ask them questions. They're specifically there to be stopped and then maybe ask a question that could help them. Okay, and then we have, of course, let's say the merchandise, that they can buy merchandise. Then next page, um, that would be a studio owner session. This is a separate session. I think we could make an extra money on it, or you. It's a separate class that is only dedicated for people who are running a dance school or want to start having their own dance school. I have this speaker who does an amazing workshop, and he explains people all around the world, if they start their own business, what are the 5 things that they need to think about, you know, like location, etc. I don't remember. So this is a studio owner class only dedicated for these type of people. Then you have a mix and mingle. Mix and mingle is like a business lounge. The lounge is for everyone, where you get free coffee and free tea, and you can talk and share business cards and move forward. That makes sense, right? Then you have the convention future industry seminar, which is at the end of the day. Let's say if it's only one day seminars and trainings, let's say at the end of the whole weekend, you have one workshop where everybody comes together, and then they have one workshop with the teachers together, people together, and they ask questions about what the event could improve, how the event could improve, and maybe what we need to bring in next year, and also about the future of the salsa, etc. Like kind of a Q&A, but more directly, and also feedback from the people. The dance dollars is very simple. Dance dollars are just coupons that people can use and give to vendors. I know that in our case we will not have vendors in the first year, but you will see some of these examples that I put in. If we would have an expo, then these are examples that we can use. Okay. Next page is the match and mingle. This is a concept idea. It has a purpose. Is once you have your pass, and in businesses they have kind of these lanyards with their name on it. There will also be a number on it, and two people around the in the whole venue um, or are having the similar numbers, and these two numbers they match. And once you find your match, you can come with that person and then submit your number or your information, and you both make chance for something. You can win something. This is not the purpose to win a prize, but the purpose of bringing people together and connecting them together in a fun and easy way. And you never know what kind of business they can come up and they talk in the future about how they meet each other. Then you have a lunch. The lunch is pretty simple. It's a connection between where you can eat. Then you have the convention virtual pass. Super important one. The virtual pass is an idea that I got from another event. This came back, you know, how you at salsa festivals, where you have like 10 different rooms, you cannot go to each one of these workshops. The virtual full pass basically eliminates that problem. What it does is you film yourself, you film yourself. All the workshops are filmed, yeah, and these workshops that are filmed will be given to you through a link 1 month later. That once you buy this full pass or this pass, it comes together with this link, and then you can go over all the workshops that you missed, or maybe the ones that you've taken and you want to go more and repeat it one more time for yourself. So I think it's a huge benefit to help people to get over that extra mile in order to make that decision. Because I remember I was 2 days. It was a 3 days event, and I was 1 day late. I still bought the full pass because I knew that buying this full pass, I would still get the virtual pass for the classes that I missed. So I think it's amazing. Then it's also important to mention that there is an expo, that the expo is free, and that people can bring their friends, their families, etc., to be there, and also to buy things, because there's also a lot of activities happening there, and it's for everyone. This is done because while the workshops are happening or the trainings are happening, it's sometimes not a lot of people are there who are there to do business, because of course they're all taking. Some of them are, a few of them are taking these classes. So in order to cover that, you bring in people that can they want to buy shoes or anything, so that you have business and you can also sell. This is a good way to attract maybe vendors. Okay, then an idea is you are exclusively invited. Now there is this morning breakfast. This idea is to start the day with a breakfast where we go over the day. This means you talk about, like, listen, today you're going to have on the program this. These are the teachers, and the teacher give a little bit of an information what they're going to do during the workshop, in order to inspire the people. Oh, go to this training, go to that seminar, and etc. etc. This is a breakfast. You can even maybe get it sponsored, but I can explain it to you later. This full pass also is a golden ticket. With this full pass, you can get a cheaper pass for next year. Another concept. Then you have also, with this pass, you get the Latin Live Music and Dance Awards, and the red carpet ceremony. Now, in our case, it would be the Warsaw Latin Live Music and Dance uh, Awards, and the red carpet ceremony is once you have the full pass, you get to walk the red carpet, you get to sit in the VIP seat in the second row, and you get to watch the award. Then this page is for the dance trainers. Let's say, who are the teachers out there and their information. This would be an idea also for the seminars and the trainings, so that people know who are the teachers. And also something that I have been thinking about. This is a Latin music and dance industry, so why not do trainings and workshops for the music and dance industry? DJs, musicians, they're all there also at your event, so why not? You know. Then another page is to show you how it would look like if there would be an expo. This business expo You have a stage in the center. On this stage is not only there are workshops, there are a fashion show, there are raffles, there's a talks. A lot of things are happening, and around it are the the, the vendors. Okay, then the dance dollars. These dance dollars, they speak for themselves. You can use those dance dollars to go around. This is the city card where you can stamp each and every time you can stamp. And when you got a full card, and then you can go to the next, you can win a prize. Okay, this is the workshops. This is a schedule that I made, which is gives you an idea on the workshops, how it could look like, um, uh, based on 5 rooms. You can have seminars and trainings, giving you an example how to make a budget, how to negotiate with artistic events, employee and customer relationship, the art of Instagram and Facebook and marketing, how to get booked at a congress. These are concepts and ideas that we have thought about it, and there are people that I know who can give these lectures, and maybe you'll find them interested, and we can create a mix and match, and we can work together on this. These are one of your questions, like, okay, what kind of workshop can we do? These are some of the things that I done also research, and I asked some people also like what would interest them to do some of these trainings or some of these seminars. And these are the top ones that people have chosen in order to do these seminars, because again, it's new for everyone. So you know how these teachers are, they don't want to go if they don't think it's somebody they can learn something interesting from. Mistakes that eat from the profit, 5 steps to a better website, and or an event. Sorry, that was written here. Then your work and life balance. This is something super cool that maybe somebody like you can even do. You're a wife, you're a mother, and then you're also a business owner. So how do you manage your life? Maybe I think you also, no, I don't think you do schools. So this is interesting, and it's an interesting topic. How to build a good teacher program, artist and stage management, extra revenue ideas, how to grow your studio in your school, building a competition team or a show team. These are different ways to, or maybe a software that can help your dance school run better. There are many softwares out there. But there might be somebody in Poland itself who has a software that they want to reach out, or maybe a worldwide company. Then you have these dance trainings. These dance trainings, you know what it is. People are not only learning and speaking and talking about topics, but also dance teachers can learn many different things and how to become a better teacher. Spoke to Tito and Tamara, and they are even doing these classes already. You know, Adolfo, Fernando, and Cork and Judith, they're part of the World Mastery Program, so they would love to sell their classes to the world, and this is a way for them to engage and get more business out of it. So I think it's a mutual win-win situation for both of them, for both of us. So I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. These are some concepts. Then we have one room which I think would be amazing to work as a questions and answers. You know, we have a panel of 3 people with a mediator asking those questions, and people can ask and share their knowledge, share the knowledge about the different topics. Some of the topics that I thought about was like the constant debate between competitions versus shows, how to run a successful festival, engaging young dancers, new teaching concepts at your events. You know, like what's it called? Adolfo is doing, or what in Berlin are doing right now, nutritions and diets, etc. And then the next room would be, for instance, for the musicians and people who are in the music business. Um, Here we can do, for instance, producing and mixing. I know a lot of the DJs, they would love to produce and they love to mix, but they never know how to use the program. And there's a program called Logic that they can use. Sound mixing, how to find good music, the history of Latin music, tips for DJs. And the last one, which is interviews, you know that you have at your festival, you have also musicians. And it would be great maybe to ask these musicians specifically some of the questions that they would never be able to ask before. This is another concept that most probably could work. Then um, the next part I want to show you is is I went a little bit overboard and I start already designing uh, what I call, let's say, the website. Uh, this website is obviously, of course, built according to your colors and your branding, and nothing is written in stone. So again, this is just an example how this website would basically look like if it would be connected to your website. Let's say one of the pages, when you one of the links, when you click on it, you come to this page, and it has everything about the 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 the, the business academy. Now, of course, you have your own designer, so of course it will be different in your case, or she can design it the way you want to. It will have, let's say, the home, the front, some videos that you can think of, um, a welcome word with you, a video clip, an opening clip that explains the whole business. Then we have the academy itself. Let's say, what is it that's happening at the festival? Meet your instructors. It's fairly straightforward. The awards. Now, this is also the page where people can go to and then start voting for their awards. I will explain it to you later, as I said many times, I mean, a couple of times, that is another topic, how we can do these awards, because you have an appreciation award that you would like to do. And we would like to introduce also the community-based award. Then you have the link to the dance city, or the expo, how that would look like. The membership. Now the membership, the pass, it includes virtual pass, red carpet, ceremony, the business lounge, the VIP seats, the business goodie bag, and maybe a 1 year membership. Now, this is kind of the concept of an idea of the website, a one-page Parallax website, how it could look like. Um, I think I spoke a lot already. I thought it would be 5 minutes, but it's impossible. So again, um, I really thought it's important. I hope you had time to listen to all the things I said. Again, all these things are just ideas and concept. It just hopefully shows you a little bit what I think is my goal, that for you to see that a lot of the things we've thought about and we think about it already, and we already can maybe move 3 steps ahead or 4 steps ahead, and start already. Um, and 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 A collaboration with you would definitely be interesting for us. We were actually planning to first start with a channel and then the congress, and then the conference, and then go worldwide. But because of your interest, I thought, it sounds like we start backwards. And with this, we want to inspire also different events, and also start from there the community, to build the community from there that could grow. Okay, so um, this is kind of everything. All I wanted to say. I wanted to again, thank you for your time. Um, it was hopefully interesting enough. I hope you got a good picture of what we wanted to say. Most of the things are straightforward, about the business, the expo, the Latin Life, the TV, and also the 3 parts that we propose. These business proposals that we wanted to do. One is paying you a full amount, or us working for you in this case. So I hope it works. Thank you. See you later. Um, Message me, okay, if you have any questions. And I hope to see you soon. we can talk about the awards. Okay. Uh, Ciao. Bye to your family. See you later. Bye.